That is a big one. 6v5 and another transcendence has to be used, but it might not be enough here. Lube's going to go down. 6 versus 4. Pulse bomb available for Sparkle now. Is this the moment for him to use it? He gets the stick. Izayaki is down. And the cycle of misery is finally broken. Today, those that burn blue, burn brightest.
This win meant a lot to me. I'm probably a bit old-fashioned when it comes to esports. I am not a fan of certain players in particular, but rather organizations as a whole. I was a fan of envious CSGO departments since 2015 and naturally became an envious fan in Overwatch. I burned blue ever since they announced their participation in the Overwatch League as the now known Dallas Fuel. So I went through all the ups and downs that came before this important win versus the Shanghai Dragons during the 2021 May Melee tournament. This keyboard build is for you, Dallas Fuel. From Germany with love. Hi, my name is Bersi and I build keyboards. I didn't want to build this keyboard. I rather stumbled upon certain parts that kind of fell into place all at the right time. A few months ago I built 2 custom keyboards for my chat moderators, and while I did some research, I came across the Keychron Q1 in a gorgeous blue metallic look. I ultimately decided not to use this board in those builds because the sound it made in reviews kind of drove me away. Don't worry. This board sounds awesome. But I kept glancing at the Q1 for quite a while and thought about a cool build I could do with a blue case like this. My attention somehow drifted elsewhere, and while I was rewatching some old Dallas Fuel games, I kind of wondered why there never had been any Dallas Fuel keycaps. So I booted up the old Microsoft Encarta encyclopedia, and to my surprise, fans have attempted to create unique Overwatch League keycap sets. But these are all render images and there is not much else to find out there. So I thought about it. What could a Dallas Fuel keyboard look like? I mean, it had to be blue obviously, but how blue exactly? I have a blue case. I know of a place where I can print my own keycap sets. But are there any blue switches that are not like Cherry MX blues? Yes, there are. This keyboard is going to be blue from head to toe. These switches are perfect. The Gateron Chinja Joy are linear switches with a 5-pin PCB mount, 2mm pre-treble and 4mm total treble. That is something inches? I don't know. Google the metric system. The actuation force is 50 grams, while the bottom out force is listed as 60 grams. This is how hard you have to press the key in order for them to register, and instead of FPS, gamers like small numbers.
But it's becoming increasingly obvious. I can deny it no longer. I am small.
They come with a translucent top housing for a better lighting effect, but be aware that those have a light bluish tint. So the color tone might shift a little. We start by lubing the switches with Krytox 205G0 and adding some 0.125mm switch films. This is by far the most time-consuming process of a keyboard build, so better have your streaming subscription ready. Next up, the case. The Q1 is a gasket mounted 75% keyboard, and those gaskets are thick! Way thicker than those used in a GMMK Pro. Gaskets are used to give the PCB a bit of flexing, to make for a softer typing experience. I wouldn't say it's that noticeable on the Q1, but it's just the right amount to justify the case having gaskets in the first place. It comes with an aluminum plate, which can be replaced with a polycarbonate, brass or FR4 plate, to even further customize the typing experience. Brass is for those who prefer a harder feel and don't mind the metallic bling, while polycarbonate offers a softer feel and deeper sound. FR4 is a high-density fiber which lies somewhere between aluminum and polycarbonate. The metallic bling you often get from aluminum plates is kept to a minimum, thanks to the case foam which the Keychron already has built in. One feature I really love about the Keychron though is the customizable badge. Nowadays 75% keyboards often come with a rotary knob. Keychron, however, offers a service to print your own design on a 15 by 15mm black aluminum badge, which you then can install inside the case. Although you are getting rid of one additional key, this further amps up the uniqueness of your keyboard. At $30 plus shipping, and if you live in Germany like me, taxes, it is a pricey investment and probably not for everyone. However, the print quality is great and the badge gives the keyboard the last kick. The main focus, however, are the keycaps, and I don't want to spoil too much, but just as my last video, I went with custom printed GMK keycaps from WASD keyboards. With all parts in place, we can finally start building the Dallas Fuel keyboard. We start by removing the built-in stabilizers and replacing them with magnificent Durock V2 screw-in stabilizers. These are being lubed with glorious lube to make them as silent as Sigma's floating feet. I decided to not add the holy mod just yet, because this is my first time using Durock steps and I wanted to check how they sound with only lube, since holy modding is by far my least favorite activity when it comes to building a keyboard. For those of you asking what a holy mod is, it's basically taking some plaster, cutting it into pieces and shoving them right into the stabilizer housing to dampen the contact points between the wires and the housing itself. What I love about the steps is that this way we can get rid of all the filthy silver screws and wires and have pure gold in and outside the board. With all the inside installments done, we can finally put everything back together and fling our switches into the case. And what would be better than doing it the Overwatch way? No brain, no aim, Winston main. It is already beautiful the way it is, but there's one final step to make this keyboard whole: the keycaps. I love how these turned out. The fonts used are those present in the Dallas Fuel logo. I aimed for a clean look on the main keys and added some overwatchability icons in key places. For instance, the delete button features Sombra's hack ability, as it also removes stuff. Page up and down are using Doomfist's rising uppercut and meteor strike ability, while the home button shows the map of Texas. For the escape key we have a GG button, as well as the option for a red Texas star and a red Dallas Fuel logo. I love this little color accent on the board, although I think sticking with the burn blue theme is the best choice. And what does it sound like? I love this keyboard. It feels and sounds really amazing, and just looking at it makes me smile. It reminds me of all the ups and downs I went through as a Dallas fan, and I hope there are many years to come. If I had the chance, I would have loved to get those keycaps as PBT double shots, but as of right now, I'm really satisfied with how this board turned out. Since I don't own the icons and logos used in this build, I cannot share the design pattern for this keyboard. I'm sorry, but however, if Team Envy or Blizzard Entertainment is interested, I am very happily sharing my files with them so they can work something out for the whole community.
I have been called. I must answer.
What are your thoughts on the keyboard? Do you like it? Tell me in the comments and let me know if you want to see another Overwatch build like this one. If you like the video, please hit the like button and feel free to follow here on YouTube or over at Twitch, where I regularly stream games and sometimes keyboard builds and where we can talk about keyboard stuff. But be aware that this is mainly a German channel, so the main language spoken is German, but I'm very open for you if you come and speak English with me. We are a very open community and love to talk with you as well. So, what else is there to say? Burn Blue. Und wie man in Hamburg sagt, tschüss!